But you know what? It's like Hulk Hogan said. Hulkmania's gonna run wild anyway, brother. Okay, yes, sir. Charlie looks like when Deadpool gets torn in half and he grows back a baby's bottom half. And, you know, I know you think you're so tough from behind your keyboard, talking that shit, but you wouldn't say it to me on the playground. Yeah, but anyway. Or even double butt plug, which I have here to demonstrate. So I don't even really need to buy the free flexor. I kind of have a bootleg version over here. While it's not officially licensed by the personal training experts at the free flexor headquarters, it'll still get the job done. Get a good pump going. Today started like most days for me. I consumed a healthy breakfast conducive to muscle gain and good for a growing boy's metabolism. And then I innocently hopped online, only to be met with shock and disgust when I learned that my reputation is being besmirched and my masculinity being challenged. But my pride is not wounded. I hopped on Reddit and discovered that I'm being cooked like a Thanksgiving turkey right now. It all started with this post. It's a screenshot from a comment on a video I made over a year ago that says, Charlie looks like when Deadpool gets torn in half and he grows back a baby's bottom half. And then in the comments, they all start dogpiling on me. I'm getting attacked from all sides. I'm surrounded. But you know what? It's like Hulk Hogan said. Hulkmania's gonna run wild anyway, brother. Okay, yes, sir. I'd never tear a shirt this high quality. This is a moist white tee from moistglobal.com. So that's the reason it didn't tear. You couldn't tear this thing apart with a fucking chainsaw. It's so well made. So that's what happened there. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to come in here and tell you exactly what's going on here because I feel like the comment section was misled by this photo. This picture is just a bit misleading. The perspective on it's all cattywampus, and you know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and all 1,000 words that this picture's saying are lies. So I just wanted to give you the truth and tell you what's going on here. And you know, I know you think you're so tough from behind your keyboard, talking that shit, but you wouldn't say it to me on the playground. Yeah, but anyway. Let's get into why they're wrong and my legs don't look like baby legs. So I think it's pretty clear here that the comment section doesn't understand light refraction. So as we all know, light refracts whenever it travels at an angle into a substance with a different refractive index. This is called optical density. And what's going on here is it's around 6 p.m., maybe 6:30 p.m. The sun's starting to go down a little bit. So the light's bending in all kinds of weird ways as we know it to do around that time frame. And what's happening here is as it's entering in through that glass door, it's bending around my legs, and as I'm doing this pull-up, I'm very slightly leaning forward a bit, so it's changing the angle of azimuth. And when the picture was taken, the aperture was all over the place as well. We didn't set it up properly. It's kind of like when you look at a helicopter blade and the shutter speed matches the blade speed, and it looks like the helicopter's blades aren't even spinning. That's what's happening here with my legs. So it's just causing all kinds of optical density problems, which is why my legs look so cartoonish here in this frame. I also distinctly remember there being a weather balloon lingering overhead, which is of course known to cause all kinds of problems when it comes to light refraction. So it was causing the light to do all kinds of weird gymnastics, which threw everything out of whack here, leading to this, disaster of a photo. So let me show you what my legs actually look like because it's clearly not represented appropriately or accurately here in this photo. I'm giving you OnlyFans content for free right now, but look at these fucking thighs. I can crush 15 watermelons in between these tree trunks. And let's not forget about the calves. Take a peek at these sledgehammers. My god, looking like two fucking pristine filet mignons. Hopefully this debunks those rumors that I have puny little toddler legs. Yeah, I'm not tall at 5'6", but I'm built like a fucking dump truck. So hopefully that puts all of those comments to bed, because now I think I've set the record straight. But like I said, this was only one of many. I'm only going to show one more here that's also quite laughable and has a reasonable explanation. This is on the same subreddit, the Rare Insults subreddit. This was them criticizing my cooking, which is baffling. If you know anything about me, you'd know that I'm a culinary expert, so it's really weird that they'd go after something that I'm actually proficient in. This is from a video where I tried to make Gordon Ramsay's grilled cheese sandwich because it was a pretty bad grilled cheese and I was certain I could do it the same, if not better, which I absolutely succeeded at doing, by the way, spoiler alert. But one of the comments here said, Charlie cooks like one of those bad dreams where you can't throw a punch because your arms are like jelly. I don't even know what he's referring to here because when it comes to cooking, I have the hands of a skilled surgeon. I've been known to serve up some of the most delectable cuisine on this planet. I cook with efficiency, speed, precision, and violence, and it makes my flavors really pop. So I'm not exactly sure where the disconnect here is. They didn't try my grilled cheese, so they couldn't possibly tell you if it was good or bad, but I can. I can tell you that it was scrumptious. Probably one of the best grilled cheese sandwiches that's ever graced this planet, if I had to wager a guess. I exceeded Gordon Ramsay's rudimentary recipe. I was able to make it something truly special and unique, and for some reason I was still insulted in the comment section for it. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to tackle some of these insults today. There was quite a few more, but these two were the ones that really jumped out at me as being very misguided and perhaps just misinformed, so hopefully I've been able to put these accusations to rest about my cooking being bad or my legs being baby-like. So anyway, that's about it. So yeah. The wacky world of fitness equipment is no stranger to shitty products like the shake weight, and they try and sell you on pseudoscience that just doesn't work, such as covering a dumbbell in eucalyptus oil, claiming that it'll penetrate your pores to give you the optimal pump. Just ridiculous garbage. But what I found today is by far the worst invention of all time. It's called the Free Flexor.
This is not an ordinary workout. This is not boring. This you will not soon forget. You will build strength. You will get ripped.
When I first saw this ad, I thought it was a parody of the shake weight, but it turns out that it's completely real. This is quite literally a dog toy that they're twirling around. My dogs had this toy, but then tore it in half during a game of tug of war, and I can assure you they didn't get ripped from it. They don't have six-packs now, but maybe they just weren't utilizing the circular twirling technology to its optimal efficiency.
With the most dynamic fitness tool on the planet, the world's first flexing dumbbell is here. Free Flexor for men.
You're goddamn right it's for men. In fact, it could even be used by two men at the same time. It'd be like that scene in Requiem from a Dream, going ass to ass here. It's a very versatile workout tool. Now, anyone that's familiar with sex toys will immediately recognize this design. This is the standard blueprint for your double-ended dildo, or even double butt plug, which I have here to demonstrate. So I don't even really need to buy the Free Flexor. I kind of have a bootleg version over here. While it's not officially licensed by the personal training experts at the Free Flexor headquarters, it'll still get the job done. Get a good pump going. Yeah, look at that technique. I'm fucking feeling it now. Whoop, getting a little wacky on it. Working all 500 muscles of the arm here. I can feel my biceps really getting bigger. Feel myself getting taller too.
Standard weights only work one angle of the muscle in one direction. The Free Flexor works your muscles at every angle in every direction for a more effective and complete workout.
There may be 20 dynamic workouts here, but you'll only need one to realize that you've wasted your money. The only real use I could see for the Free Flexor is to identify an idiot from a distance. If you see this on their shelf, just know you're dealing with someone pretty fucking dumb.
The Free Flexor introduces and proves the theory of circular strength technology. The flexing weights at each end rotate with enough force to make your muscles contract as many as 300 times per minute.
CST? More like CBT, because this is more like a cock and ball torture device. Now I've got to tell you, after taking my knockoff Free Flexor for a test drive, I can attest to the circular strength technology being the real deal. I've never experienced a pump like that. I'm still burning from it. They say you have to confuse the muscles in order for them to grow, and I can assure you my muscles have never been so confused in the entire 26 years they've existed.
By spinning the weights at each end, you can create unlimited torque, unlimited tension that will make your muscles cry.
Yeah, I think I'd rather get a vasectomy than use the free flexor. Some of the workouts here that they demonstrate are odd, such as the jack-off technique. I don't really see how this motion with the free flexor is going to really develop anything other than becoming extremely popular at your local glory hole. Like, I don't see what this would really work, but again, I haven't taken the actual free flexor through the experimental procedures that I'd like to, the scientific method. So perhaps maybe that is like the actual holy grail of weightlifting. But I do think if you got 2 free flexors, you could have a really fun sword fight with your friends.
Finally, you have the chance to take strength training to the next level for only $39.95. Still not convinced? Just listen to what these guys had to say.
Yeah, it's burning my whole arm now. Definitely, it's a different kind of exercise. I've never felt anything like that.
Do you expect me to believe that, Gerard? You're a former pro athlete and you're telling me you haven't gotten a little playful with your teammates' penises in the locker room before?
It's the brand new, all-in-one, revolutionary way to build your biceps and triceps, sculpt your chest and shoulders, and light your forearms on fire. The Free Flexor was developed and tested by fitness professionals.
Imagine you're one of the poor souls in this infomercial here. You work extremely hard to have a great physique, and you want to get into acting a little bit. Abercrombie & Fitch says no. Hollister's kind of going out of business, so that's not really an option. But you finally land your dream job of acting, and it happens to be for the free flexor. That's just got to be the worst. I have no doubt the careers couldn't recover from this. They just check the resume, they'd see free flexor, and they just spit and toss that paper right into the trash. But yeah, anyway, this is a crazy little product that I just wanted to share with all of you, and yeah, that's about it. See ya. Hey, it's that magical time again where we get to point, laugh, and shoot spitballs at a creepy degenerate being weird to a woman. So I hope you've done all of your smile exercises, because we're gonna be putting a big ol' grin on that face and having a hoot and a holler at this guy's expense.
So, crazy, silly question, but I'm just curious. I know you don't like coffee, and I know you don't, and I know you eat cereal in the evening.
Yeah.
And I know you have a son, right?
Yeah.
And I know you're about early 30s.
So Goober approaches this woman who's on the leg press machine, and he immediately just starts listing off things he knows about her, which just sounds like some stalker shit. Like, it sounds like a mission out of Hitman, where Agent 47's being given a dossier and going over his target's interests and like where they might be so they can plan out the assassination. This is just like such a creepy cold open here. I know I'm reading way too deep into this situation and it's starting to get dangerously delusional, but for some reason when I first saw this clip, it immediately reminded me of a climactic moment in an action movie when the villain is monologuing to the hero like a fucking phone call. I know you don't like coffee. I know you're in your early 30s. I know the FBI is listening to this call right now. I know you have a son. His name is Mark. He attends Biff Gilmore High. Do this task for me. And all the agents listening to this, stay out of it. And nothing has to happen to Mark. It's just a really odd, peculiar play here. This is definitely not a play that John Madden would draw up. To just approach her and start listing off all the things you know about her, it's just weird. I'm assuming she and him have talked before, which is why he knows all this. They probably have, like, small talk. They're probably on friendly terms. I don't think he's been, like, perusing her Facebook trying to digest all of the lore that she publicly posts about herself there. But it's still weird to then come up and just start, like, spouting it all back to her about everything you know.
That's what I've learned so far. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I think you're really cool. I know you have a son. I'll tell you, you know, straight up, like, I kind of sort of married, like, I kind of feel like I am.
You know how everything has an opposite? Wet, dry, light, dark, matter, antimatter? This guy is anti-charisma. He is the exact opposite of Riz. Like, this dude legitimately has less game than someone that is asleep. He is stumbling through whatever he was cooking up in his noodle here, and it is extraordinarily uncomfortable to listen to. It's like the first draft of a book report where there's still a ton of typos and grammatical mistakes and nothing's making sense, it's all scatterbrained. That's what's happening through this whole exchange. And yet he still is able to squeak out that bombshell there that he's actually married while actively hitting on this woman. And you can see the shock and surprise on her face to learn that little nugget of information about this guy. If I had to speculate a guess, I would imagine he's been flirtatious in the past, which is why she's even more surprised by it. So he's just a big scumbag piece of shit here for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's something about you that's really cool. Like just casual, but I don't know if you would have pizza with me sometime or something.
I'm pretty sure your wife is not approving.
Good golly, heavens to Betsy, this guy fucking sucks at talking to women. He is speaking to her like he is still in middle school. He just keeps repeating, I think you're cool, I think you're really cool. Like, I half expected him to just go even harder on that, like, I actually think you're epic. Do you want to come over and see my Fortnite, KD? And then we can grab a pizza. Like, there's nothing wrong with a pizza date, I want to be clear there. But it's just this combination of, you're so cool, let's get pizza. Like, that's what I imagine a 12-year-old thinks romance is like. You're cool, get pizza with me, I'll have my mom order Papa John's. Like, what the fuck? It sounds like he's about to bring up cooties. Like, I don't even care if you have cooties, it's okay. Like, he sounds like a fucking child talking to her through text messages. Like, circle yes if you like me, if you like me. Oh, it's so bad. Honestly, this might be inspirational for someone out there. It doesn't matter how awkward or uncomfortable you are, you could still find a partner. Somehow this guy has a wife. Somehow this complete fucking turbo loser has a wife. And now he's trying to cheat on her. So don't be like this guy, but at least let this be known that you don't have to be the most charismatic person out there or be the most socially adept at speaking to other people to find a partner. So maybe there's a little positive spin there. But anyway, back to spitting and shitting on this goofball. The lady here is being extremely sweet about this whole thing as opposed to just splashing the cold water on him and saying, get the fuck away from me. She is tiptoeing around this, probably because she doesn't want to make a scene out of it. Most women usually try and let someone down in a nice way, because if they don't, it could get dangerous. Like, there's no telling how unhinged this guy is. He's trying to fucking cheat on his wife, and he's being brutally honest about it. He is a weirdo. So it's definitely the smart call to just be like, oh, I don't think your wife would approve of us getting pizza or going to play laser tag or whatever other childish fucking offer you were about to make. Like, her being nice about it is the optimal move, but it also keeps her wrapped up in this conversation, unfortunately. So I feel so fucking bad for her because he continues to press, and he's already interrupted her workout. So I imagine it's just this giant fucking headache, this huge annoyance because this uncomfortable miasma of cringe has approached her and won't leave. Like the storm just will not pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, not your front, but yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah,
Especially when
exactly.
married, then, like,
Right, no. That's why I said
yeah.
that, I wanted to be. Yeah, but, I won't say unfortunately, because, being married's good. But sometimes sometimes you meet somebody that just doesn't care.
Bingo. Peekaboo, I see you. I was so curious what this guy looked like. I was freeze framing on every single goddamn pixel of this thing, trying to catch just a glimpse of him here to finally get this Bigfoot photo with him peeking in the top right there. I always get so curious in situations like this. What does the person look like who's conducting themselves this way? I know it's not important, but for me, a mystery like this sometimes just needs a little bit of closure. Anyway, he continues with his speech. I don't want to say unfortunately, because being married's great. I love it. But sometimes need something with a little bit more of a connection. A man like me can't be hunkered down to just one woman. You know what's better than one pussy? My wife's? Your pussy. That's 2 vaginas. Double the fun. What say you to that? Come get a pizza with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, but like it's my connection wouldn't be your connection. I'm married.
Hopefully it does lose faith in men and humanity, right? Like, it makes us scared women to, like, ever want to get married because we don't know if
for
they're
sure.
out at the gym doing that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I mean, I don't blame you. I'm mad at you. At least you're honest, but, like...
He's going into full car salesman pitch mode right now with the hard sell. My connection's your connection. Buy 2, get 2 free. Come on now. What are you waiting for? The deal's depreciating. Come on. It's, what are you doing? And she is doing her absolute best to be nice here. She is doing everything she can to be, like, sweet in this situation to try and like just get through this as pain-free as possible so she can go back to working out, which is what she went there to do. Like, oh my god, it's so fucking rough, and the guy just keeps going.
No, sure. Oh no, I mean, I wouldn't like have not told you, you know.
Yeah.
Up to this point, I just kind of said hi and let it off, and that's it. You know, and yeah. And I was, you know, I was like thinking, really, when you think about it, it's unfair even to like you also. So, what the hell? What's the point?
The way he just blabbers on and gets all jumbled up on each word reminds me of that viral meme of that kid who was doing a line reading but accidentally messed it up. Have you ever had a dream where you could, and you never want, but you could, and you never, but do it so bad? Like that? That is his entire statement to this woman here. Just a bunch of gobbledygook.
I mean, probably the best scenario is, and I'm not saying this would ever happen, but like seriously, if you knew my wife and you know what I mean, like we were all friends, that's different.
Yeah.
But and you actually would like her. She's very nice. Yeah. You'll probably meet her sometime. Actually, you know, she hasn't been, but she does come sometimes. So when we're here and I see you, I'll introduce you.
That's where our adventure ends. And man, what a journey it was, huh? I don't know where to begin with that closing statement. If only you knew my wife and we were all friends, that's different. You'll probably meet my wife at some point. You'll fucking love her. I mean, she's great. You'll love her. In fact, my wife would actually love if I cheated on her with you, and that can happen after you meet her. You know, I'll just introduce you next time that she's here. And we can talk about how I was trying to cheat on her by taking you on dates. And I think we'll all have a good laugh about it. We'll all become great friends, and then it's all smooth sailing. Just a fucking weirdo, loser, degenerate creep. Pretty impressive one here. So, yep, just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. See ya. I love it when a bad idea comes together. But I love it even more when a bad idea leads to an entire business to laugh at. Something like pink sauce, for example. An actual rancid, toxic sludge that was being shipped to willing customers to ingest and get sick from. You would have actually been safer ordering an acid bomb in the mail than getting the pink sauce delivered. That's like a biological weapon that probably should have been outlawed. But it's a good example for a bad idea leading to an entire business. And another great example is NFTs. I just love these awful ideas that somehow form like an entire business model around them, and it's just fun to joke about. Today, I've got a really fun and wacky one for all of you. It's called grit boxing, and it recently went viral for its most recent marketing push. I believe it was a TikTok video that was floating around, kind of hyping up the program.
If you're single and looking for someone who's into fitness but who also gets down on the weekends, I found your people. Grit boxing is a full body strength, treadmill, and boxing class in a nightclub setting.
More like shitness, am I right? Because this is like the most counterintuitive idea imaginable. Having a whole workout program in class that immediately leads into drinking alcohol at the full-service liquor bar that's attached to it with the nightclub. What the fuck is the point in even working out in that case? I just can't even wrap my little smooth brain around the thought process here. Just wiping sweat from your forehead? Oh boy, oh brother, wow, gee willikers. What a killer workout, I'm torqued, what a fucking pump. Well, time to go ruin it. I'll take 5 shots. Give me some lemon drops. It doesn't compute. The second you start drinking alcohol after a workout, your goose is cooked. Kiss those gains goodbye. I also couldn't imagine something I'd want less after a big workout than alcohol. That sounds like that just put me in the grave. Like that just sounds like a recipe for disaster. Like a lawsuit waiting to happen for grit boxing. But I'm also imagining the workouts aren't that extreme. It's probably mainly just a social experience for like the drinking and nightclub side of things. But even still, can you imagine the stench of that nightclub? My god, that Methodist, the odorous aroma that would just ruin everything. That has to smell like shit in there. It probably smells worse than a Super Smash Brothers tournament. I can't imagine that's pleasant. Why would you want to go from sweating and working out to immediately into the nightclub and drinking? Just sounds terrible.
The best part is that at the end of the class, there's a party at the front of the studio with an open bar. So everybody is super sweaty, but they're taking shots.
The lady narrating this video sounds like the announcer from the old Snuggie As Seen on TV commercials. I don't know if it's even a real person. This could be text-to-speech. I'm not really sure. But whoever's doing it sounds exactly like the old Snuggie commercials. Now, I don't doubt that there's good fun to be had at the nightclub, but I just still don't understand this marrying of fitness right into drinking and partying. It just feels like, why even bother with the fitness? Just take that space and make a bigger nightclub out of it, because I promise you, no one's going to grit boxing for the sole purpose of getting big or healthy. If they were, they'd go to any other gym. They're going there for the socialization mainly, so why even bother with the fitness side? Just commit to being like a fun party spot. It's just kind of a weird gimmick, especially since they're pretty open with where their focus is, because they're really diving in on if you're single, you're trying to pipe, you want to mash pissers, but you also want to get big. Well, come on down to Grit Boxing. We got a nightclub and then, I don't know, like 2 punching bags or something over there and a treadmill. But about that nightclub, have you seen the bartender?
And flirting. Even the bartender took off his shirt. He's super hot and was feeding people champagne. This is the most fun workout in New York by far.
That bartender goes so hard he ripped his goddamn shirt off like Hulk Hogan, started twirling it over his head and pouring champagne shots for everyone for free. It's very clear that a workout is not the primary objective when going here. So why are we pretending? Like, this is just some weird disjointed Frankenstein's monster of an idea where they took two things that legitimately couldn't be more opposite and slammed them together. This is like if I opened a sperm bank, but also kicked you in the nuts every time you went to try and, like, ejaculate. That's a terrible example. But you get my point. When you work out, you need to replenish the body with nutrients and many other important things, none of which you're gonna find in alcoholic beverages. I decided to do a little digging because this really blew me away. It piqued my interest. So I watched a couple of news segments about it talking about like, wow, this is really modern and cool. I learned that every class is about 50 minutes of high intensity exercising that finishes with some shots at the end. Now they do have like options that aren't alcoholic, of course. They also have like healthy drinks as well as electrolyte boosters and shit, but they clearly put a lot of emphasis on the more hard beverages. That's kind of the selling point, which again is very silly. But anyway, I just wanted to show this a little bit here. I guess if you're single, wanting a workout, and also wanting drinks immediately after in the hopes of finding love on the dance floor when you're throwing your ass in a circle while you're dripping with sweat and musty, this is the spot for you. That's about it. So yeah. In our society today, most people view bodybuilders, or just in general big, beefy, monstrous meatball muscle men, as stupid or dumb, and I think that stereotype's kind of fucked up because it takes a lot of self-discipline, as well as education, knowing what exercises to do, how the body responds to certain things, how to eat, when to eat. There's a whole lot that goes into the art of getting jacked or yoked, shredded, fat-dicked. It's a lot more than just lifting heavy things, so to call them all dumb just because some of them are really stupid and really fucking dumb is just kind of a disservice to the whole community, and honestly I think it needs to stop. I'm tired of going out in public and being discriminated against because I am so monstrously jacked. Alright, I'm tired of getting pointed and laughed at in the grocery store, not because of my height, but because of my bulging vascular muscles literally ripping through my clothing because this skin suit wasn't meant to handle this level of fitness, popping out of my skin. You know, this world wasn't built for biceps this size, these pythons. You see, I don't like being judged just because I'm so goddamn massive. And luckily there is one brave hero in the bodybuilding community who walked shirtless through a train as onlookers looked on in confusion to prove a point that bodybuilders are brave too, I guess. And he monologues about cosmic space farts or something. It's a pretty fucking awesome video, to be honest. Now this video from Frank Yang is titled Myron Gains on a Train, and I'll translate this into English for those of you that don't speak bodybuilder. It means looking at his muscles, as if anyone on this train had any other choice as he's walking down these crammed little walkways, damn near forcing people to motorboat his chest. But anyway, just even looking at this physical specimen is stimulating my muscle growth.
So I've been going out and reacting with other characters in a video game after exiting the screen. And I feel like a cosmic vagina getting banged by the whole world. And when I go inside a train, I was never in the train. The train goes into me. I was never inside the world is inside me.
Yeah, I feel that on a very existential level. I think we can all relate to that to a certain degree. We all just have those days where we feel like a cosmic vagina getting butt-fucked by the universe. I also think it's a very profound statement he makes when he says, he is not in the train is in him. It's the same logic I use when wiping my asshole and the toilet paper breaks away and my finger goes up my asshole. I say to myself, my finger didn't go in my asshole went in my finger. Then I take a sniff, feel shame as a grim reminder of the mistake I once made, but it's that logic, that thought process, that helps me sleep at night.
The whole of reality feels like it's blinking and pausing and vibrating in and out of existence in a micro succession of death and rebirth to infinity. Like every moment or every movement is my first and my last. Like I've been split roasted by death and orgasm and death and orgasm.
What? Death is making you orgasm? Getting spit roasted by death and orgasms? What kind of fucking pierce the veil lyrics are those?
If everything's moving extremely fast, near the speed of light, then everything's standing still, like Einstein's theory of relativity. And I feel like I'm just free-falling through eternity.
I'm sure this is exactly how Einstein envisioned his theory of relativity being used, by a man walking shirtless and semi-chub through a crowded train.
Now there's no doer here. I can't make a mistake because reality never makes mistake.
Bullshit, Frank. Reality makes mistakes all the time. My dad is 6'5" and I'm 5'6". Checkmate, reality. I always think the most embarrassing part of these kind of videos is the person filming, because people can clearly see you're filming this. That's just so shameful. Unless these two guys just don't feel shame anymore, like their muscles have grown so large they've shed the need of that emotion. They've gone on this quantum muscular journey through the universe, becoming the singular preeminent celestial being that has shed itself of all corporeal emotions.
And I've been having experiences of living the lives of other people. If you destroy the condition that the brain or awareness is inside the head, by definition, the way you connect with other minds it's closer than close. It's like a quantum entanglement where one particle can affect another particle at the other side of the universe, because there's no distance. Infinity knows no distance or time or space. And I think that's what reincarnation is. It's not that you experience the life of you in another lifetime or whatever in the past, but you're experiencing other people's minds and lives right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the science on that would check out, though I'd have to get the updated version of the university textbook to confirm his theory or not. However, taking it at face value, it certainly sounds plausible.
Synchronicities are on another level. I would think of a question and the other person that I'm talking to would answer the question at the same time.
The synchronicities seem to be way out of whack here. You guys are not on the same wavelength. This guy stood up, puffed out his chest, and was ready for a fight. Don't know if it happened because it cuts away here, but goddamn, I can't even imagine how insecure that guy is. Yeah, I'd be kind of bothered if there's a shirtless man being a douchebag and filming it on a train, but I also wouldn't get up to challenge it. That's just making yourself the bigger douchebag in this situation. Low-budget Conor McGregor here, I guess maybe got worried that his girlfriend would immediately jump on this guy's muscles or something. I really have no idea why he would get so hot and bothered. It's just a nuisance, a public nuisance. Just move on. There's really not much else you can do about it, especially in a society that highlights public nuisances like this and makes them like superstars. You standing up just makes the situation much more uncomfortable and much more of a bother to everyone else around you.
It's the same substance, but when you peek through the box from the inside, everything is the mind. But if you look at the box from the outside, it's matter. It's like a whole new reality, but at the same time, nothing has changed.
Surprise, now there's 2 dudes walking shirtless through the train. Bet you didn't expect that twist ending, you cosmic queef. But yeah, I mean, he made a lot of good points here, and he certainly put on quite the show in the train. I bet they'll remember that for a long time. He did a lot of cool shit. Congratulations, Frank. That was absolutely wild. Thank you for taking us on that journey. See ya. So I wanted to start with this story. I haven't watched this yet. I've only read the cliff notes. There's a gym owner who owns a for females only gym, I believe. Yeah, 24-hour gym for females. And he has been caught red-handed, pants down, basically, with a camera in the woman's bathroom. And he's defending himself here in a statement trying to explain away why it's there. And I haven't watched the interview, so I'm pretty excited to see what his explanation could be. I wonder if he's going to try and take it on the chin and be like, I put it there. What are you going to do about it, huh? It's my gym. Or if he's going to be like, no, I got framed. Burglar broke in and installed the camera, dirty pervert. So let's see what kind of tactic he chooses.
I suspected someone of stealing from me. I spent some time. I'm part of their family.
Let me just stop you right there. You suspect they steal from you. But why do you put the camera in the bathroom? If you have like a really strong suspicion, you could kind of just like confront them on it. I don't think you need to gather locker room evidence and keep a camera installed there for it. Also, what are they stealing from the gym? Dumbbells? I feel like there's not a whole lot of contraband. I guess maybe snacks? Like, there's not a whole lot that you could really take from a gym. Easily, that is. You could just wait for them after you have a suspicion and then, like, confront them and check their bag or something.
I confronted them directly about it.
Nice.
They denied it.
Okay.
I had 99% certainty it was them.
Why not just...
Simply could have kicked them out.
Yeah, I was just about to
That
say.
made an absolute life-altering decision to put it there in the bathroom.
I still don't see how that really solves the problem. You could have just revoked their membership. If you're 99% sure, you don't need to install a security camera in the woman's bathroom in order to get that extra 1% of certainty. For your own peace of mind, and for the sake of staying out of criminal charges, you could have just pulled the trigger and said, hey, look, I think you're stealing from me. I think you're lying. Please don't come back to the gym. You didn't need to have your security camera there as well. This all feels like a very convenient lie for why the security camera would be in the woman's bathroom.
And they arrived, and I said, this is my option. This is my opportunity to do it. At which point, the new member that had been here for 4 days instead goes in there.
Oh, no.
Realized at that earlier time before 5 o'clock. I thought to stop them. They find it, bring it to my attention.
So it wasn't even like a hidden camera or anything. This man just set up like a tripod or something with a camera in there? Make it look like a Brazzers photo shoot? So he only had it up for a day. Very interesting. Not even a crafty peeping Tom, just a very egregious planting of a camera. There's no excuse. Well, obviously not, man. This guy's fishing for any crumb that he can drum together to explain why he puts a camera in the woman's locker room. He was better off saying they're stealing from other members. Oh, you should be his PR guy. You're right, that would have been a stronger position for him to take. I put it there for the safety of all the other women. We had a criminal amongst us, and I had to catch him. I did this for all of you, ladies. Now, which one of you is coming to my house tonight, Yeah, you were onto something with that one. Also, one thing I've always thought is kind of weird is when it's like a man behind a women's only facility, or rather a women-focused facility. Like, it just feels weird to have this guy be the one behind 24-hour gym for females. I don't know if that's like only for women or not, but I feel like that's just kind of an odd thing to do. Like, that's kind of a red flag. I feel like that should be like, this is woman-owned and operated, and it's for women. primarily, as opposed to having this guy kind of come in. It seems more like alarming to me, but maybe that's just me. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too deeply on it now, in hindsight being 2020.
I am doing the same thing with the police when they arrive, at which point, due to my criminal past, everything that I've been through, I knew it was not going to look good.
Yeah, because it's not good.
Spoke to detectives the next day.
What's his criminal past? Is that in the article here? God, Lord have mercy. Hopefully not sex crimes. So they had a search warrant to his residence where they found a ghost gun and misdemeanor quantity of testosterone. I know what they mean, but this is like a pretty cool statement. He had too much testosterone. They're coming for our testosterone, boys. Run and hide. I know what this is, though. I understand what this charge is. It just sounds silly. So he was charged with felon in possession of firearm, felon in possession of ammunition, and possession of an undetectable firearm, and was also charged with 2 misdemeanors of using an instrument to view an area of privacy and possession of testosterone. Possession of testosterone, such a cool charge. Again, I know exactly what they're referring to, but fuck me, it sounds cool. He had 7 previous convictions for various crimes, including drug charges, public intoxication, DUI, prowling between 2006 and 2008. All the convictions were purged from his record in 2018. So they clarified that he was only charged with recording in a place of privacy surreptitiously? What the fuck is that word? Surreptitiously? He was not charged in a crime for sexual gratification. Henry Cavill might get 20 to life for his testosterone levels. Oh, he's possessing too much testosterone, you're right. He's not leaving enough testosterone for the rest of us. He should be charged.
And so, why speak now?
Now that there's been a determination of no images or photography of any non-consensual nature, now that I have people who really count on me, wondering if I'm someone to do something like this, and now that I'm just no longer wanting to take only legal advice, I want to speak freely, because I just feel like this is what I need to do.
I don't know, man. It just seems highly unlikely that anyone's this stupid to put a camera in the woman's bathroom in order to catch someone stealing less than $400 from you? I don't think so. I think he had a great lawyer, is what it sounds like to me. You'd have to be criminally stupid to think that that's a good idea. Like, legitimately. Basically saying he wasn't beating his meat watching women. Surreptitiously means in secret. Ah. He just found out that's illegal. Your Honor, you haven't taken into account that I didn't know I couldn't do this. You're free to go.
I spent so much time creating a place that was security and reprieve from life's craziness. And this has made it to where this place is now felt as the most uncomfortable and most violating place to be. And I am...
Yeah, interesting how that works when you put a camera in the bathroom. Fascinating. Again, I don't know if I necessarily buy into the, I don't necessarily buy the testosterone he's peddling here about how he just did this because he was trying to catch a thief. I really struggle to come to terms with the reality where someone doesn't realize you can't put a fucking camera in the woman's bathroom, or any bathroom for that matter. Like, I feel like everybody has to know that. Oh, well here, this actually goes into what was stolen. He told the Tribune around June he discovered some of his personal grooming products were missing from the vanity in one of the bathrooms. He said he stored teeth whitening gel, tanning foam, and a tanning glove, and $180 worth of face serum beneath the sink in a place that he felt was clear it was not for public use. Why would you store it there, though? If it was getting taken, like, I truly believe they just didn't know that it wasn't for, like, communal use. Why would you be storing your personal grooming products in your women's only gym restroom? What is that logic? Oh, he placed a GoPro in the bathroom. Corrigan said he discussed what to do with one of his closest employees and his ex-girlfriend and ultimately decided to place a GoPro in the bathroom facing the vanity. Why would you ask your ex-girlfriend for advice on how to handle this? This seems like a like sabotage from her, like getting in his ear. No, Corrigan. GoPro in the women's bathroom. It's the only way. Is to get back at him. Yeah, GoPro's not exactly the most discreet or anything. Man just fucking posted that shit up. He situated it at a 45-degree angle on top of a mop bucket left by his janitor, ensuring it was pointed at the vanity without the toilet in frame. He said he did not put a memory card in the camera and did not have it on a setting where it stored recordings or photos to a cloud-based system. What the fuck? He just placed it on top of a mop bucket? How would he think someone wouldn't see that? What? He may as well have just set up a tripod. He honestly may have well just set up a tripod and tried to play it off like, oh my god, I was filming TikToks in that bathroom earlier and just forgot it. He said he put it on live view setting where he had to be within 30 feet of the camera to view the feed. He said he planned to only view it when his friend was in the gym. Okay. He seems very remorseful in this video, but I think that's mainly because he knows his goose is cooked. Like, this is a pretty indefensible thing. His business is going to shut down. I can't imagine. Well, I don't know if it will or not, but I can't imagine any women are going to feel safe going there again. You have the gym owner putting a fucking GoPro in your bathroom. Let's just assume that he's being honest and he's just so stupid to catch a thief that he would do that. That's still a pretty dangerous person to be around. To someone that dumb. That would be unsafe. So I feel like any of his clients or any women that are looking for a gym membership would steer clear from this place, rightfully so, as a result. It's shameful to admit this, but it's the unfortunate truth that just by looking at me, you probably couldn't guess that I have been active in the gym for about a decade now. In fact, my college degree is in human science with a concentration in exercise physiology. But I'm on a 5'6" frame and I keep myself lean so no one even knows that I'm ripped until I do like a flex and it ends up being a jump scare. I keep hyping myself up in the mirror and telling myself that today's the day I finally start wearing tighter clothing so people stop asking if I even go to the gym because it hurts my soul every time. Or maybe I just need to be shirtless more often so that way it's pretty obvious. But regardless, the reason I'm even mentioning this is because I've noticed over the last maybe 6 months, not even that long, but like the last 6 to 8 months, the gym has gone from being a place of like working on yourself, gains, you know, focusing on improving your overall health, to a place where people go to compete for viral TikTok videos of them being a victim. Usually the content revolves around them filming themselves working out and then catching somebody looking at them and being a creep and a weirdo staring at them. Staring's a word I'm using very loosely here. And then sometimes, God forbid, that person comes over and asks them a question in between their sets. Normal human interaction has become fucking outlawed in the world of TikTok for some people. Now, I'm not saying this isn't a real thing. I'm not saying everyone that goes to the gym is an angel that can do no wrong. There definitely are creepy people that go there. I've certainly seen my fair share of weirdos in my days. In fact, one that always lives in my head rent-free is 2 years ago. A security guard at a private gym kept going over and sniffing a woman's ass as she was doing rows. I can't show the video, I don't think, because it might be against YouTube's new terms, but here's just a quick screenshot of his 4th ass sniffing attempt where he's just like huffing her fumes. He eventually does get caught and fired for it. The point is, there are weird people at the gym, but what's going on right now is everyone is filming themselves at the gym, which I already think is kind of weird. There's also like this fucking perpetual surveillance here with people making fucking TikToks everywhere. But while filming, they're not catching weird people doing weird things or harassing them. They're catching very normal gym goers doing normal things and then publicly shaming them and embarrassing them for doing nothing wrong. Now I'm going to show you the biggest one that I really think started really blowing this trend up and led to me finding out how large this has become and how big of a problem it's become.
This is how to not approach girls at the gym.
I hate this. I hate when there's weirdos. It makes me so uncomfortable. So feral, like fucking feral.
You can immediately see a problem here. She's making a stare counter every time the guy even glances in her general direction. What do you expect people to do at the gym? Just turn around and stare at a wall when they're done with their set like it's the fucking Blair Witch? Like, what are you expecting? The guy is in between his sets, so he's just looking around. He's not even staring at her. Now, if he was staring at her, then I could see being a little uncomfortable if he's just over there, like, you know, fucking staring a hole through with, like, goddamn, like, laser beams almost firing out. Like, I'd get that being weird. But this guy is just, like, glancing near her, and he's still getting just attacked for it by her.
The 5 adds 5 pounds. And these other weights.
Somehow the stare counter's at 5. I guess she's counting every time he's in between blinks now. And then she starts getting fearful because he's walking near her and wondering, questioning, why would he be doing that? Kind of like it's a scene out of a horror movie, like the boogeyman's, you know, jingling keys trying to get in the door or something. But she immediately answers why he's walking over. It's because he's grabbing a sanitary wipe, showing good gym etiquette to go wipe down the machine he was just using.
Excuse me? You don't have to do that. It's okay. No, it's okay. I got it. Thank you, though.
Unfortunately, this guy made a big blunder here. He committed a cardinal sin. He tried to be helpful. So he offered to try and, you know, help out here because it looked like she was struggling, which she even mentioned she was hesitant to put the weight on, so he probably interpreted that as like, oh, okay, maybe I could be helpful here. Just being a genuinely nice person, I believe. And she even responds positively to it and then turns around and says this kind of shit. What if I just ripped his pee-pee out of its socket so he could never reproduce again? Totally normal, not alarming thing to say. This is why I don't want kids. Natural selection better take the weirdos out. He's going to jail for staring at an underage 21-year-old. Where have we all gone wrong? What's happened to the world where that is a statement said earnestly? He's going to jail for staring at an underage 21-year-old. There's more to unpack there than a fucking 2-week vacation suitcase. I could unpack this shit for hours. He wasn't staring. There's no such thing as an underage 21-year-old. 21 years old? You're not a kid at all. You can legally butt-chug Budweiser now. Unless this is some kind of weird self-own kind of thing where she has the mentality of a child, thus this guy should go to jail for what she perceives as staring at her. I don't know. Like, I can't even, like, remotely figure out what she was even trying to say with that last statement. But anyway, I'm not going to keep going too deep on this one because everyone has already dunked on it. She's issued an apology about everything. But I want to give a quick shout out to Joey Swole. He's a very prominent figure in the community and he's been doing a lot of good work calling out these kind of videos. Now here's another stinky video here. So this guy gets called out because he walks across the track she's about to do lunges on and looks at her on the way by. Then she says that she catches him still staring. There's no way, I'm so uncomfortable right now. And then the caption even says, in quotes, it's because of your outfit. I don't know if she's accusing him of saying that, like he shouts it at her across the room. Excuse me, m'lady. I looked at you because of your outfit. You drew my eyes to you. It's your fault. Or if she's just saying that as like a way of calling out behavior. I'm really not sure. But Joey Swole, when he talked about this video, pointed out something that I think everyone who's ever been to the gym will recognize. That not only is the guy not staring, again, the reason why he'd look at her while walking by is because he's going by her path on the track. So perhaps he was looking at her to make sure he wasn't getting in her way since she was about to start lunges. I feel like that's the most obvious explanation here, but regardless, he doesn't do anything creepy or weird. He looks at her while he's walking by, and once he's through, he continues going forward. Like, I don't understand where this is coming from. To me, it feels like this lady has recorded every single one of her gym sessions for the last week or so after noticing that this kind of content was blowing up, praying that someone would be weird and creepy to her, but she didn't get that. So she just decided to go with the one that's almost somewhat different, where a guy looks at her when he walks by, and chose that one for some clicks. Because nothing bad happens here. There's not a weirdo here. And according to Joey Swole, a lot of members of the gym, both men and women, said that this man is very kind and is actually loved at the gym. He's a regular here. So it is pretty fucked up and shitty for her to make this video trying to shame him for doing nothing wrong.
This guy.
Just filming my progress, sir. What? Just filming my progress. Oh. I understand.
This isn't a trend that only women are doing, men are doing the same thing. This fucking douchebag is filming in the locker room, flexing to show his progress. The guy in the back that he's calling a schmuck is 100% right. You cannot be filming in the fucking locker room. Like, what do you think this is, Brazzers? Like, what the fuck are you even thinking? What's going through your smooth brain? Everyone just loves to think that they're the main character, and everyone that interferes in their story and does more than just be a prop for their TikTok videos is the villain, when that's just not the reality. You are the bad guy here, not the guy you're calling out. If you want to take progress photos and videos, which I totally understand, just wait till you get home, or at the absolute least, wait until you're the only person in that locker room. Because right now you have two people behind you changing. They could have just gone whole hog, let their cock and balls flop out, and if you film them in a private setting without their consent, their nudity, you would be fucked legally.
Watch this guy try move to me at the gym. Checks absolutely nothing on his phone. Looks over at me being busy sorting my wrist straps. These fucking straps taking up too much time.
I don't know what constitutes a stare anymore. Like, this guy, again, just glances in her direction, briefly looks at his phone and puts it away, and apparently that's getting called out for being weird, saying he checks nothing on his phone. He could have just been checking the time. He could have been checking literally anything that's quick to get at a glance, like, what time is it? Or if he had a timer set up for, like, how much rest he has between sets, how much time do I have left on my rest? Like, there's so many things he could have been checking on his phone, but it doesn't matter. Like, he didn't do anything weird or wrong right now. All he did was walk by, and he looked over near you.
Makes a swift return. Sad lip.
And there it is. The second he decided to ask a question, his fate was sealed. He was getting shamed on TikTok for it. So, he comes over and asks if she's using the machine behind her. As Joey Swole also points out, and as anyone that ever goes to the gym will also point out, people like to check to make sure the machines are vacant. They don't want to step on any toes and take a machine that's already being occupied, so maybe her things were near the machine and he wanted to double check to make sure she wasn't using it in addition to doing the RDLs. Like, that is just being polite. That is normal gym etiquette. But let's assume this guy is new to the gym. She seems to think he is and is insulting him for it, making fun of him for not knowing the name of the machine. So don't you think someone that's a little new to the gym would like to be super certain that he's not getting in anyone's way? So he would like to ask someone that's near the machine to make sure that he has full reign to use it without intruding on their workout. He did nothing wrong, but it didn't matter. He made a slight glance near her, a split second of his eyes looking around before checking his phone, and that small, insignificant thing was enough to put a crosshair on him and for her to attack. I think she's the weirdo. You're the gym weirdo, filming everyone around you, looking for people to call out. That shit is creepy. Not this guy who just innocently asks if you are using the machine behind you. Totally normal question, totally normal interaction, and this behavior is getting so fucking out of control. People are turning gyms into war zones where they're looking at every single micro angle of your eyes and counting it as a stare if you happen to catch them somewhere in your general vision vicinity. It's fucking despicable. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this a little bit, and that's about it. So yeah. Alright, fine, you caught me red-handed. There's no use in trying to hide it and keep it a secret. Nothing gets by you guys. Yes, I did just get back from playing Thursday night pickup basketball with the boys. And yes, I did perform like Allen Iverson in his prime, but we don't need to just hyperfixate on that. I mean, you guys are just really just focused on it way too heavily. Or maybe you're just so distracted by this beautiful retro moist jersey that I'm wearing. There's a little sneak peek, a little teaser for an upcoming basketball wear line we're doing. But please, you're a real chatty Cathy. Can you stop talking about basketball for 2 seconds? Yes, I play like Luka if he got hit with a shrinking beam, right? I get it, you know, little Luka out there. But just because I'm incredible at basketball doesn't mean that that's what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is a very interesting gym dispute that I've never quite seen before. I've seen a lot of gym freakouts and really goofy things that happen there, especially in the modern age where every single person's workout appears to be filmed now for TikTok. So when you go into a gym, I imagine it's like going on to a movie set right now, but they're doing like 15 different indie films at every single corner of the gym. I haven't been to a public gym in a while. We built one at the warehouse a couple years ago, and that was such a fucking blessing. That was crucial, because I couldn't stand to be in a gym that is just nothing but cameras recording every single nook and cranny of the establishment. It'd be miserable. And today, there was someone recording their back workout, and it led to an argument because he was doing it shirtless. Now listen here, sports fans, I'm gonna give you the brass tacks. You don't get pythons like these puppies unless you're praying at the Iron Temple actively. And for me, I've spent about 10 years in gyms. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and just get ahead of this here before some of you in the comments attack me like mosquitoes swarming a Hershey's bar that was left out in the rain. I know a lot of people say that my physique isn't representative of what 10 years in the gym should look like. To that I say, bah humbug. I've gone through the jacked, yoked stage, and at 5'6", I just didn't like how I looked. I looked like a goofy little meatball. So now I just keep myself looking this way on purpose, going for more of a shredded, lean, muscular physique. Don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but figured might as well. Point is, in all of my years in the gym, it has always been proper etiquette to wear a shirt during your workout, except for a couple of exceptions where it is acceptable to not do that. There's a few locations in my local area where there's plenty of people working out shirtless, and there's no problem with that. But when you're going to just like a normal public gym where it's just, you know, a wide range of clientele that isn't necessarily like power lifters or anything like that, just casual lifting, it's usually encouraged that you keep your shirt on. So I'm imagining that's what this place was, a place where you're supposed to keep your shirt on. So I can understand maybe one person being like, that's kind of douchey. But this guy gets so fucking upset at seeing a shirtless man that he starts recording it, and then it devolves into a heated argument that I half expected to go Looney Tunes and have like grand pianos falling on each other's heads.
I'm recording my back here, man.
He is more mad about seeing this guy shirtless than he would be if he found out his girlfriend was cheating on him. He is fuming. Like, the response to just less than proper gym etiquette is overblown here from this individual. Okay, so the protagonist here isn't supposed to be shirtless. Got it. If you have a huge problem with it, why not just go say something like, hey, would you mind putting your shirt back on? You're scaring me. I don't like to see a man chest. Just put a shirt on, please. Like, just go talk it out. Instead, he like just goes right up in front of him and starts filming, which is I am so tired of that being the trend when anything is going on that's a little out of the ordinary. Everyone's first instinct now is just to start recording that shit. I mean, I guess I sometimes do like that because it leads to really silly videos. But man, it is just out of control. It has completely replaced normal human instincts and common sense on how you'd respond to something you don't like, where you'd usually just ignore it or maybe just roll your eyes and walk away. Now you put yourself in the position you don't like for as long as possible so you can keep recording and continuously just escalate your own inner anger. It's a baffling concept to me. But that's exactly what happens here. He just stands there, he records. Eventually, the guy who's being recorded is now like, hey, why are you doing that? And then he's like, it's weird because you're not wearing a shirt. And then he just starts dropping slurs. Like, he is so upset, he is throwing around slurs at this stranger here.
So, I don't even know this dude.
And I am confused as hell of what's going on, because I don't understand why he's cursing me out and stuff. So, but he continues to stare at me and flip me off and mouth things to me. So I just had to say something.
Man, this NPC here just hit a water bottle slam in response to this, and then started rolling up on the guy like it was something out of a horror video game. Just marching his way up there to give him a piece of his mind. Which, again, probably should have been the first thing he did instead of start escalating this shit by recording it and then calling him slurs. You could have just walked up and said, hey, do you mind putting your shirt back on? You know, finish your set, put your shirt back on, it's not that big of a deal. But instead, he's gone through all this hoopla and made the situation far bigger than it ever should have been. I don't know why he's this upset about a guy not wearing a shirt. It is a crazy response to that.
I don't know what you're talking, buddy. What are you talking about? Talking across the fucking gym. What do you think? What are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? Fuck you. Yeah, I'll fuck you up, pussy. Yeah. Fuck you.
What an interesting exchange there. That was some shit straight out of Skyrim. He just comes up with the wackiest dialogue tree after slamming his water bottle. Fuck! Ah, shirtless man, damn you! And then marches over, and then he's just like, what are you talking about? He's trying his best to make it seem like he's not the weird one here, saying that the other guy was talking to him from across the gym, but meanwhile, he was the one that was recording him, and then calling him slurs. It doesn't add up. And he's doing it all with this really confused smile on his face. Like, it's just such a odd set of circumstances. A lot of the comments on this video compared the looks of this man to Eli Manning, and I can't unsee it. This actually does look like Eli Manning in an alternate universe. Anyway, dude comes up and makes threats saying that he'll fuck him up over not wearing a shirt is a crazy thing to try and fight about. But he's doing all of this with like a really big smile on his face, like he is grinning ear to ear. I can't tell if he wanted to fight or fuck this guy. I'm really not sure what his plan was or what he was wanting to happen. If I was to be an armchair psychologist, to me this seems like the sight of the shirtless man made him have thoughts that he wasn't happy about, so then he had this crazy big response because he felt bad about maybe being attracted to it. I really don't know. I can't think of a rational, reasonable explanation for why somebody would get this mad at something so small. Yes, if this is a gym that doesn't allow shirts to be off, it is improper etiquette to have your shirt off, but it's super easily solvable without this kind of hostility by just asking them to put their shirt back on, or even telling just gym staff, be like, hey, that guy's got his shirt off, you might want to talk to him about it, if you don't want to be the one to do it. Like, it's just so easy without it being a big song and dance. I just had to share this because this really was a head scratcher of a video for me, getting this mad about something so insignificant. That's really about it. So yeah.